I would love to see that. Like that would be fucking awesome. But then I would be like, all right, I gotta fucking die.
And we're back for the bonus content, and we're gonna talk about our existence. I know we're comics, or we're gonna we're gonna talk about.
That's all we think about is our existence. What are we doing in this world?
I've seen some comics doing that. Like I remember, it doesn't happen as often anymore. But I remember, well, I haven't been to open mics. Open mics are a little, at least in Chicago, are a little more depressing.
Yeah.
But I remember at some point, it was close to COVID. People were like so depressed. Every comic was like, "So who else is taking Xanax?" Right?
I know.
I wanted to kill myself yesterday. I was like, dude, like the next one was the same. The next one was the same. I was like, don't you have like happiness in your life? Are you okay?
COVID did not fucking bother me. It was I was having a good old time.
There's some people that I actually enjoy.
There was people that were just like, oh, I don't know what to do with myself. I like everything I live for is like, fuck, that sucks. Like,
I'm playing video games.
I played a lot of games. I sold weed to keep money going. And then, like, it was fine. I just
the only thing was
didn't do the shows.
Yeah,
but
did you do Zoom shows?
I only did one Zoom show that I liked.
They're really,
and it was I did 2 Zoom shows. One was just like. It was a friend of mine. He used to do a show called Parlor Car, so he wanted to do it online, but it was just so like
weird.
I just didn't like it at all. But then someone else, comic out of LA, his name is Eric Rivera. He actually did it right. He kind of did it. I don't know if you ever seen that show, Comics Unleashed.
No.
Where it's like, so basically you have a host and he's got 6 comics around him, but he asks you questions that you have material for. So basically he'll lead you into a bit. And then you basically do the bit as a joke.
Question. Nice.
Yeah, so basically, like, so he asked me, he's like, so I heard you adopted a dog. And I was like, yeah, man, I got this fucking dog. And then I basically went into my bit about the dog.
Yeah.
But it felt more natural because people were actually watching and they were like laughing. And then like the other comics, basically it was like a panel show. So they can just chime in and just say something funny. So it felt more.
Yeah, more this kind of show.
Yeah, that's the way that I feel like.
Yeah, because
at
you're
that
doing
time,
your set.
That's the only way the Zoom show should be.
Yeah.
If you're doing your set, you're like,
yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, there's no reaction, there's no timing. I'm like, you want me to do 10 minutes?
On the text, it was like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, and it was like, I can't.
It was.
I'm not enjoying this at all.
But well, and I'm gonna make you question your existence. Okay. According to recent studies, like one guy apparently found that in the deepest of quantums, like if you take the information, is binary code. It's like if you try to look into a quartz, that I believe the quartz is the smallest thing we know, and you put like the information of a quartz, like it's like it's a vibration, and then it's like if you put all the information, you come out with numbers, and those numbers are like O's and ones. So he's like, where it's like coded. And the way like some of these quartz move and behave apparently is the same way system when it's like debugging and it's correcting itself.
Yeah,
it works the same way. Then another scientist did a research, and apparently we like the galaxies that are super super far. If you try to look at them, you can't, because the light like kind of like it can travel the distance, but it like deforms. And the story it says like the way that the particles are moving and all the shit, it looks and like when game is rendering the rest.
Oh, so it's trying to fill in the space with
And she points the example of she said about the games, but she says something else about that is already like they did the experiment. I don't know if when they shoot 2 photons through 2 grids, and if you're not looking at the experiment, it like spreads. But if people are looking at the experiment, it just goes straight. And it's like, so the photon is behaving differently
depending on
if you're looking at it or not.
But how do they know if they can't?
They put the photo and they're like
and then it recorded and the fucking thing's like, oh no. Like, I don't know. There's some things that like
the photo is like, oh, they got
yeah,
me.
because like, what are you like? The technology they're using to do this is not. It's still a computer that they're using.
The photo is tricking the computer.
Well, yeah. So the computer's like, well, I have no idea how to process this, so this looks like a 101010. So
I don't know. I do believe, and the other thing that I have thought that the best universe, like if you put every picture of it, it's like, yeah, this is the universe. It looks like entanglement of neurons.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes when I'm like, not even on weed because I don't smoke that much, but I'm like just bored and I want to question my existence. I think that
I've never been that fucking bored.
we might be the neurons of like an ant, and like living in
right.
another.
We could definitely be like, we're definitely a cell. We could be a cell of something that's way bigger. Than
yeah,
us.
way super bigger.
Yeah, I like thinking that kind of shit. Like that's fun for me. But as far as like me actually processing it and thinking like, man, how the fuck, like,
because the bacteria world, like we just can watch it through like a microscope.
Yeah, I mean, there's shit happening on my skin right now that I have no idea what's going on.
What is like some of those have actually emotions, and you have like just a depressed white glow in your skin,
just a sad one.
Yeah,
that's
like,
why it itches. It's like, what the fuck?
It's like this comedy is not paying too much. I would just adopt a dog.
So it's just our lives always on just a smaller and smaller scales, like everyone.
And bigger, like we're a small part of something maybe bigger.
But that's the thing is like I've never seen anything bigger than us. That would
just you when you edit your picture.
But like an ant can look up as like, holy shit, that's a big thing, whatever that is. We don't have nothing on that scale that we look up to.
I have thought about that.
Because it's like I work in a high rise downtown and I look down. I'm like on the 46th floor and I'm looking down to the people in the street. I'm like, so this is what an ant has to look like looking up at us. So I'm looking down like, okay. So
but you have to think about this shit. You see?
No, I think about it, but my thing is like I think about it, but we have nothing to compare that to because we.
Yeah, the biggest.
No,
is
we're
like
not
elephants.
the biggest. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like that's a scale I can understand.
Yeah.
You could put an elephant next to a school bus and like, okay, it's 2 school buses high or a school bus long. So it's like
that's just like Americans measuring shit.
Yeah.
They measure shit. It's like you want to use the meters, like, or no, we're gonna use school buses.
Yeah, use a small school bus because I can see that every day.
Laundry machines. We just tag them.
I like an ant. There's nothing in this world that makes me feel as small as I make an ant feel.
Yeah, the largest it will be the blue whale, and still it's not
right.
Not the same.
And then you'd be like, that's 5 school buses long.
But
it's like, what does the ant
it's
say?
like 2 the other like Americans use is like football fields.
Football fields, yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's like 2 football fields. Like use the meters. It's like 30 meters long.
So I used to think a football field was a long way. Then I started golfing. And then everything they do there is in yards. So football field's 100 yards. So if you hit the ball and like, oh, that went 300 yards, like, damn, that shit actually went 3 football fields. Like, and in my mind, like, that's a long way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how we just measure things that we've seen on a scale. So like, you can sit back and see a whole football field.
Okay.
But it's like, I don't think an ant can look up at us
and
just see the entire person. There's no scale for an ant. So I think that's where we get limited. Where it's like. Because if there was something bigger than us, I would hope we would have seen something like to freak us the fuck out.
Well, they're trying to put you in that perspective with like these movies, King Kong, Godzilla.
Yeah.
Of the perspective of being so small that it's like,
right.
Dude, he's one of his hairs falls off and it's like way bigger than me.
It's a spear. Just
yeah.
I would love to see that. Like that would be fucking awesome. But then I would be like, all right, I gotta fucking die because there's no way we're gonna fucking.
Just in these videos that it's like, what would you do in this situation? And it's like a gigantic.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Eating the planet is like, who makes this shit? We're gonna die. Like, what? I'm dying.
Yeah, like even if it's a small one.
Like, die.
Yeah, there's no more internet. I'm done. Like I don't. Yeah. I've reached the peak of what I could do. I'm not gonna fucking go back to like how I grew up. That's stupid.
There's people who put in reverse in a car and imagine the guy just coming and be like, "Oh, my bad."
Yeah. I'll get you next time, Earth. But no, I like thinking that we live in a simulation and all this stuff. But sometimes just like I don't know. I don't feel like what is programming. We could have seen something by now.
I believe one of those shits is gonna come out of bigger shits. It's gonna come out of the water one random day.
The water definitely. That shit is scary as hell.
Like one of the topics I had, not for you, but at some point I had it, is that they are doing another mission to go to the moon. And I'm like, cool, but what the fuck it is at the bottom of the sea? Can you fucking? Apparently, we investigated like the 5% or 10% of the ocean. It's like
you see what happens to the dude when they go see the Titanic. So it's like you can't get any deeper. You try to go deeper, just like shit's gonna fucking explode on you.
Well, make something that can go deeper. Like if you make something that can go out and go to another, like not even like the moon. We're putting stuff in Mars.
I'm just wondering.
That is like remote control. Like, why can't you make something that can go there?
That is weird to me, but I'm just wondering how much less pressure there has to be.
Yeah.
Than the crushing weight of water. Just like, because if there's no air, there's no weight. So it's like just the crushing weight of water, the fucking coming down on you. But I would love to see.
What is at the bottom? There's really weird animals.
Yeah, there has to be some weird shit down there, like just see-through squids and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there has to be a super big one, super big shit that maybe hasn't come out because the force it needs to actually come out is like so strong, and they're like, nah, not today. I was gonna do it, but what?
They're just lazy. It's just a sloth, a giant sloth underwater. It's like
it's coming out. It's like nah.
It's all right. I'm good. There's nothing up there for me. But there might be shit popping up that we just don't see. Like like it's not on any fucking radar. Like just sticks its head up. Like I'm good. Puts it back down.
Like nothing. What is this? They just took up Malaysia Airlines.
Yeah.
Like, well,
they just can't explain it.
You see that apparently they have a video. I don't know. This happens to me. I cannot watch any podcast of Joe Rogan, any clip, without thinking is AI generated because they use him so much to AI generate shit.
Yeah.
That is like it's him, is the guy he interviewed. I was like, no, this is a fake.
Right. Well, the one thing I do notice is when it's fake, there's a lot of cutaways to something else. Okay. Because at some point you're gonna see like not everything's matching up verbally.
Okay.
And then it's like then they'll cut away and they'll cut to some other thing that he's talking about. It's like, oh wait, like Joe Rogan selling aluminum siding like for a house and shit like that.
They have the thing that apparently you chew and your jaw gets stronger.
Oh yeah,
and they have Joe Rogan's like, yeah, this shit is better. Like that's no, Joe Rogan's not saying this shit.
No, actually, he has promoted something to like help your jaw get stronger. There's some things out there that I'll see and it's like, so what they're doing now is like interviews with athletes after the game.
Okay.
So they'll do the interview like, and you see it normally, and then the next day it'll be AI generated. And it's like, I can't believe that fucking dude did that shit. That's some pussy ass shit. I'm gonna punch his mom the next time I see him. It's like, oh, wait a minute, that's not this. I just saw the interview yesterday, but they redubbed it. Yeah, because they could just take your voice and just redo shit.
That's
so it's like
scary.
It is scary.
But you see, it's like loophole to the first topic we have. It's fucking scary. But there's a video. Again, I don't know. We have so much technology to make CGI and stuff that I don't trust anything on the internet.
It's very hard to trust anything.
Yeah, for me it's fake. Like the Miami, it happened the Miami aliens.
Oh, with the aliens? Yeah.
I don't know.
Somebody's like, if you put in these exact coordinates, it opens up a portal in the South Pole. Like,
I don't know. I don't trust it. But then there's one about Malaysia Airlines that you can see the plane and then like 3 dots come up and it's like they join the plane and then they just like start like spinning and it's like, what the? Is that real?
I don't know. I don't feel like they would have. I feel like this. If something like that happened, the footage would have came out a lot earlier. Mission for you, bro.
Hey, is this one? So these 3 shits like.
Oh, they're saying ships are circling it?
Yeah. And then I'll put the video here. And then you just.
See, that just. I don't know. That just came out right now? Or like.
No, this is like a year ago.
Oh, okay. Maybe. That's just too perfect. I feel like that's just way too perfect of an explanation. But I do hope there's aliens. That'd be dope.
There have to be. Like
I'm counting on that.
You see, it's just like boop.
It just went away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for aliens.
There's a series called Arrive. No. It was a series on Netflix about an airplane that just like
disappeared for like a year or something like that, and they came back.
Manifest. Manifest.
Yeah, I started watching. I couldn't get into it. Like, I hated the fucking acting. It was like, this is so bad.
I like it, but then they went too crazy with it.
Yeah,
they went extremely crazy.
See, I think I might have got through the first season. I was like, yeah, I don't care anymore.
No, it gets better, but it got better, and then it's like, okay, you gotta chill down a little because like now if this was the pyramids, and then if we put the stone on the heart of the like you are
so they went to some fucking Indiana Jones.
They went Indiana Jones. So it's like no, come back like the plane and the stories, the drama about the people who's like you disappear, like
I mean, it's basically like in Thanos when they didn't understand. I was like, what happened in the last 5 years? Like, where was I?
Yeah, what would happen to you if you disappear for 5 years and then you come back like, hey?
I think everyone would just be like, oh, hey, I've been like, what were you doing? You stopped sending me memes.
Do you have any clips?
Yeah. You got no clips from where you were? That would be a weird experiment, just disappear for 5 years and then come back. But the thing is, you're coming back to like
for you
people have moved on.
Yeah.
And then like AI is here now. Like, can you imagine like they were on a flip phone and then like they come back in 5 years and it's like everything's fucking changed. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I have to relearn all this stuff. Like, people got older and you didn't.
And this is 5. Let's say if like apparently there has been time travelers that go to the future, and then they're like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like here, like
because it's like they. But I would think that if there was time travelers, like somebody would have came back and like, hey, I got this fucking time machine. Like somebody's gonna say something.
Yeah, like,
there's no way to keep that a secret.
But I believe if time travel exists, it's like involuntary. They just someone just like for some reason travels
like high school year again.
It's like they don't want it. And another shit that I've seen, like we're in space, the space universe is expanding, so we're moving, and we're like our whole solar system is moving.
Right. So there's no way to get back to the time.
Yeah, and it's like the whole solar system is moving. The Earth is rotating, plus it's like going around the sun. So if you just travel back in time without making the calculation of where the air is gonna be,
right,
like you just end up in space.
Yeah. You're just like, oh shit, I missed Earth.
Air is like just there, like
fuck. And I'm just stuck in space because there's my last time machine.
Like 1 second is like, the air is like fuck.
You have to get it super precise. So
just start like floating in space,
not like, going anywhere. I don't know. Have you ever been in something that you couldn't move in, or like? So, in space, supposedly you can't move. There's no air to push you, right? So I was in Colombia, and there's they call it a volcano, but it's just like a big, like a sulfur mud thing. It's like a gray mud. And you literally, you get down in it, and it's like you just sit there and you float. You just bob. Like your feet's not touching anything. You're just kind of just floating. But you can't propel yourself in any direction. You can't move through the mud. You kick your legs. If you flip over and you go head first, you're dead because you can't rotate yourself. It's the scariest shit. I forgot what it's in Cartagena, like just outside of Cartagena. But so like you sit on top of it, and they like there's people holding onto the edge, so the people that work there, so they can grab you, and then they push you and you just glide across. But you can't move yourself. If you just start trying to tread water, you're not gonna do shit.
That's
so you really, it's scary as fuck. So I'm standing in there and I'm like trying to get to the other side, and I'm like, I can't move. Because I'm just going like this, and then I'm slowly rotating, and you can't correct yourself. So someone's got to grab you, correct you, and then they can someone's got to pull you, or like they just push you to like lay back. And
why did you get in there?
Because it's supposed to be like a healing, cleansing thing.
You're like, this is gonna be fun.
No, because then afterwards you get down, you go down to the river, and there's ladies there, and they wash you off.
That you wanted that part. You're like,
I mean,
I gotta go through this for.
Yeah, but like, granted, like you're just covered in mud, so you're like, oh, it's a refreshing thing, and they wash all the dirt off you, and you paying like fucking $10 or whatever, and you just get
happy
it.
ending clean.
She didn't.
They use a power wash.
She didn't even touch my underwear. She's like, no, that's all you. I was like, all right, like,
Come on.
this is dumb.
I thought it was a cleaning.
Yeah, I was paying $10 for this.
So, your conclusion about the universe and last statements on this podcast.
My conclusion about the universe is just don't worry about it. Like, why stress yourself out over something that you just can't control? You can't control. That really don't have all the knowledge of because it can't be explained. So just
for you, all the answer is like we die and we die.
Yeah, we live, we die, and then whatever happens in between, and hope for an asteroid. That
but you were always like this, or it came with age? Or you are at 15, like we die,
I think as I lived more, it's kind of just like
you are like I want to end it.
Like I don't want to be like 90. You know,
I don't want to be 90.
So when you're like, oh, I'm having a midlife crisis, I'm like, I'm 46. I don't want to be 92. Like I should.
Yeah.
Like let me get to like 75, 80. I've seen some like good 80-year-olds.
Yeah, as soon as your knees are like just like not working almost.
Somebody has to bathe me. I'm like, I'm good.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't
and your family is like, no, we gotta keep you like just fuck it.
Especially if I'm not rich. Like, what am I gonna be here for? Like, if I'm a millionaire and I have people that could take care of me, that's different. But like, I got to rely on like my girlfriend at the time. Like, hey, can you just wash my ass for me? I slip in a tub all the time.
Can you change this diaper?
I don't want to fucking do that. I'd rather just let me go.
Okay, send me off into the woods. We're gonna let him go. Anything you want to say?
Do not resuscitate. No, I'm just joking.
You heard it here. If he gets into a cardiac attack in a show,
don't need my body to
don't even try.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. No, this is gonna sound very bleak. I don't know, man. Just fucking try to be as happy as possible. Find a way. Like, there's a lot of good shit out there that people avoid.
Like Pilsen Stand Up. I'm with that.
Every third Wednesday. Or my page, Abby Sanchez Comedy.
There you go, Abby Sanchez Comedy. Bye.